Hello students, we are meeting here to learn new chapter, that is word, table and merge. In this chapter, we are going to learn two different topics, that is table and merge. But here we are not, the table, the chapter title is table and merge. But here we are going to learn only about tables, not the merge part. Remember this well. Now, what is word application, what different things we have learned in Word, that quickly we will revise and we'll go further to learn about tables. Okay. Now here, Microsoft Word. Microsoft Word or Word is a full-featured word processing program. It allows user to create and manipulate documents containing mostly text and something graphics also. The features of Word. Okay. Spelling and grammar check. Whenever you are typing, you may make mistakes of grammar mistakes or spelling mistakes, that you can check it very easily, and the computer suggests you the correct spelling also. Then thesaurus. Thesaurus is to find out the similar meaning words or the opposite meaning synonyms and antonyms, and you can replace with that with the new word. Then columns, you can have different columns, you can write the information in column forms. Then tables, that we are going to learn. Merge means the same document, the same text, if you want to send to many people at once, so you can you don't have to write with each separate person name the same document, but there are features with which you can merge two files, and the address of the person or the designation of the person may be different, but you can send the same mail to many persons at a time. Macros, autocorrect, auto format, tracking changes and comments, all these features makes the word more interesting, and that's why it is used everywhere to have the documentate. It is used for documentation purpose. Means whenever you want to write the textual matter, you can use it. A macro saves your time by combining a series of actions into a single command, that is called macros. Autocorrect means the feature with which you can do the correction on its own. Like in mobile, autocorrect feature is there. The feature corrects common spelling errors. That is, for example, type the word ADN. The word processing software automatically changes it to the word and. Okay, auto format. It automatically creates symbols, fractions, and ordinal numbers. For example, when you type colon and the bracket, it changes to a smiling face. So this is the way it auto corrects the things. Creating a document. Now to create a document means what? Whenever you want to write something, with the help of keyboard, you can enter text into a document. Whenever you will open the Word file, it gets open in this format. The text you type will appear where the insertion point flashes on your screen. Now here, type the text of your document. The text appears to the left of the insertion point as you type. Okay. Whenever you will type the letters, all of you know, you must have worked in the Word. So all of you know how whenever you are typing, the insertion points moves ahead to the right side, and the towards left side the words will get typed. The letters will get typed. See, like this I have typed this paragraph here. Making the text bold. Some features which we are going to learn in this, that is how to format or how to make the text very interesting, very attractive. So make the text bold. You can make your text bold to emphasize information in your document. Making bold means making it darker. Select the text you want to make bold. See here, we have selected PM Public School 2018-19. Click on Home tab. Then third is click on the bold button. Click on the bold button here. It is shown that B, that is a bold button. The text you have selected appears in the new style. That is, it is becoming a little bit darker. You must have seen it. You must have observed it. Then next is Format Painter. Now Format Painter is again a new feature. What it formats, means it copies the formatting whatever you have done. Now here, Format Painter tool is used to copy the formatting that you have applied. You apply to text in one portion of your document to another portion of your document. This will save your time and give you the text in the document a consistent appearance. Select the text that displays the formatting bold you want to copy. We have selected that. We have given bold earlier only. Click on Home tab. See, Home tab we have clicked, and there is an option Format Painter to copy the formatting text. We will see how it will affect further. Now, the mouse pointer changes to a brush when over your document. When you want to make the text, you want to apply Format Painter to particular text, bring your mouse pointer after clicking on Format Painter, and if you'll bring the mouse pointer near the text where we want to apply this, select the text you want to display the same formatting. The text you selected displays the same formatting. Here, Mrs. Renu Khare, for this text we want to apply the bold this feature. So if we'll on the text we have to just drag the mouse pointer, so it will give the effect to us, that is bold effect. It will get applied here, which we have copied in Format Painter here, this formatting feature. Okay. Now next is copy formatting to several areas. Now the same Format Painter effect we want to give by using the Format Painter. Now how to do that? See it here. Select the text that displays the formatting you want to copy. So first we have selected PM Public School 2018-19, that we have given the bold effect. Click Home tab. See here, Home tab you have to click and select Format Painter. Double click on the Format Painter tool to copy the formatting of the text. Select each area of the text you want to display with the same formatting. When you finish selecting all text you want to display with the formatting, press Escape key. So that formatting effect will go, and you will get the effect here. Awarded ceremony become bold. PM Public School has become bold because we have used Format Painter. We have applied Format Painter. Now making the text italic. Italic means in a slanting position, not the straight way. You make the text slant to let it stand apart from the surrounding sentences in your document. For that, select the text you want to make italic. Click on the Home tab. See, here first step is select the text, then click on the Home tab, and beside in the font group, beside B, that is bold, it is the italic option. Click on that italic button. The text you selected appears in the new style. See, this is little bit in slanting position. Okay. Now next is changing alignment of the text to justify. Before that, I may say here after B is there, I is there, and U, that is to underline the text. Again, to distinguish this text from other sentences or other words, we can underline the important words or important phrases here. Now here, to justify the text means whatever margin is there, between the margin it will arrange the text properly. That is justify option. You can align the text to determine the appearance and orientation of the edges of the paragraph. By default, Word assigns the left alignment command. Whenever you will type, in every document, the text will get aligned on the left side. See, you can see it here whenever you will type. Select the text that you want to format. The full text I have selected. Click on the Home tab. Click on Justify to justify the text between the left and right margins. The text is displayed with the new alignment. Okay, you will get the text justified there. See here, you can see the text justified properly here. Now, uh, font size controls the height of the font, generally measured in points. Select the text you want to change to a different font. Click on the Home tab. Okay. Then click on the down arrow of the font size. See here, we are selecting this PM Public School. Then clicking on Home tab. Then clicking on the downward arrow of the font size, and we are selecting the desired font, that is 20. The text you selected appears in the new size. Now here, changing the color of the text. See, so many features we are applying here. Changing the color of the text. For that, again select the text. After that, click on Home tab. In the font group again, there is a downward arrow for the text color. Click on that arrow. You will get a color palette. Select the desired color and simply select the desired color. It will get applied to the text. Next is that Changing the line spacing. Line spacing means the space between the two lines. We can change it. We can make it broader. We can make it narrow also. You can change the space between the lines of the text. Select the text you want to with different line spacing. The full text, whatever we have written, both the three paragraphs we will select. Click on the Home tab. See, we are clicking here Home tab, and in the paragraph group, there is a line spacing option. Click on that. Line spacing button displays the line spacing options. So many line spacing options. By default, it is 1. So we are selecting 1.15. The text will appear with the line spacing you selected. Here we have selected 1.15. So accordingly, the text will get displayed. Now after that, paragraph spacing. Paragraph spacing is the space before and after the paragraph in the document. Click anywhere in the paragraph. Suppose this paragraph we are considering, click anywhere in the paragraph or select it to set spacing before spacing and after it. Click on the layout tab. See, layout tab is here. Click on that, and then before and after, here you have to mention six points we have given. Accordingly, you have to select. Click on arrows to increase or decrease the space before and after. Word applies the spacing before and after the selected paragraph. It will show you. Now changing the tab position. What is tab position? Tab position means in certain intervals the cursor moves. See, generally whenever we are using space bar or arrow keys, that time it moves one character ahead on either on left side or right side. But whenever we are using tabs, it leaves some spaces, broader spaces between the earlier point and the next point. That is called a tab. And to move the cursor from one tab position to another, we are using the tab key. Tab is a short for tabulation and is used for controlling the position of the text exactly where you would like it in the documents or to line up information in your document. Means suppose without columns we want to write the column and information, we can use tab in that case. By default, the Word creates tab stops every 0.5 inch across the page and left aligns the text on each tab stop. The 5 different types of tabs are left align. It aligns the text following text on the left of the tab stop. The text flows to the right. Right tab, it aligns the text on the right of the tab stop. The text flows to the tab left. Center tab, it aligns the text to the middle of the tab stop. Decimal tab, the decimal tab is used to align numbers and text with a period, that is dot. Bar tab, it creates a vertical line at the designated tab stop. Okay. Now adding a tab. Suppose already some tab is our tabs are not set. We want to add the tabs. For that, in the view tab, see, view tab is there on the ribbon. Click on the view tab, then a ruler checkbox to show the ruler. We are selecting the ruler line. Here we have ticked the ruler line. Select the text where you want the new tab. You have to select the text also. So we have selected this text here. Click on this area until the tab type of tab you want to add appears. Left tab, sign is like this. Right tab, bar tab, a single line. Center tab, say uh, uh, reverse of T, like decimal point, in that dot is there. You have to click on this. Go on clicking on this. This sign changes according to your this. That is, here we have selected the center tab. So like this sign has come. Click on the button half of the ruler where you want to add the tab. The new tab appears on the ruler. We have used center tab. You can remove the tab by dragging the tab of the ruler. Okay, if you want to remove, just drag it out of the ruler line. Okay, it is so simple. Using tab, clicking on the beginning of the line, you want to move to the tab, then press the tab key from the keyboard. The insertion point and the text that follows move to the tab you set. See, here we have pressed tab here, so it has come up to here by pressing the tab key. Okay, got it? Now inserting table. Now we are going to concentrate on table. Table means a tabular information like Excel sheet. We can insert a few columns and few rows in this Word document. In Word, tables are the powerful and useful tools. They are a way of organizing information into horizontal rows and vertical columns which intersects to form cells. You can create table in your document by three different ways. Firstly, you can create a blank table and type data in it. Secondly, you can insert a preset table in the document and replace the text of present table with your own text. Thirdly, you can draw a customized table by controlling how the rows and columns appear in it. We'll see this creating a blank table. Click in the document where you want to insert a table. At the place where you want to insert the table, you have to click there and then click on the insert tab. You have to click on the insert tab. There is an option, table option. Click on the table option and click on the table button. Drag the mouse pointer until you highlight the number of rows and columns you want the table to contain. See here, grid is shown. You have to drag it for the rows and for the columns and simply press enter key. Those many rows and those many columns will get inserted as a table. Okay. Now we are creating a blank table. To move the insertion point from the cell in a table, you can do any of the following. Press tab key to move to the next cell to the right or to the beginning of the next row if in the rightmost cell. Means from here you want to move your cursor, mouse pointer, and you want to bring it here. Simply use tab key or simply use arrow key. Okay. Click on the cell in which you want to type or simply click on the cell where you want to type. There are different ways to bring your cell pointer there. Entering text in the table. You can enter the text in the table as you enter it in the document. Simple. Click on the cell where you want to enter the text, type the text. Repeat the step 1 until you finish entering all the text inside the table. I have inserted all the full information. You can press the tab key to move the insertion point to the next cell that we have seen in the earlier slide also. Okay, like this, I have prepared the full table here. Okay. Now deleting a table. Suppose the table which you have made, after some time you found that I don't want this table, it is not useful for me. So simply what to do, click in the table to delete anything. Click in the table to delete anything. Click on the layout tab. Click on the layout tab. Then delete option is there. Whenever you'll click delete option, it will give you further more options. That is the full table you want to delete, or from the rows, or from the column, or from the particular cell if you want to delete. Here we are selecting deleting a table. The table will disappear from the document. Okay. Now, selecting cells in a table. Different cells if we want to select. You can select table cells, rows, columns in the table to perform editing tasks or applying formatting to all the selected area of the table. Click and drag the mouse over the cells that you want to select. Release the mouse button to select the cells. Here, see in the first row, all the cells we have selected. In the second row, again, all the cells we have selected. So, I have started from here, started selecting from here up to here. So there I am dragging the mouse pointer over that area and I'm just releasing the mouse button. Those cells will get selected. Okay. If you want to select a selecting cells in a table, if you want to select a single cell, simply bring your mouse pointer on that and simply click once, or you can triple click in the cell to select everything in it. To select an entire row. To select an entire row, for that what you have to do, take your mouse pointer near the left border of the row and click on it. Okay, the full row will get selected. So select an entire column, take your mouse pointer near the top border of the column and click on it. The entire column will get selected. This, whenever we will have our live session, that time I'll show you all this. Practically, I will show you how to do that. Adding rows in a table. Now suppose after making the table, if you found that one more row I want to add. How to add that? You can add rows in your table to insert additional information. Click in the row where you want to add the another row. Here at this first level, I want to add one more row, either on the top of the row or below. So click on the layout tab. Here we are clicking on the layout tab, and all the options you will get: insertion, insert below, or insert above in the rows and columns group. So accordingly, you can click insert above or insert below button to add new rows. Here we are inserting above. Okay, you can add columns, and now we will see how to add column. Here after this we want to add one column. Here the column where you want to add another column, here at the first, at the last column we want to add one more column. Click on the layout tab. You can click insert left or right button to add new column. See, column means it is a vertical information, so either left or right it is asking. For rows it is asking above or below, like that. Accordingly you have to insert it. Deleting a row or column in a table. If you want to delete, again there is an option. Earlier we have seen how to delete the whole table. uh, Whatever you want to delete, simply select that, select the row or column. If you want to delete, click on the layout tab, click on the delete button. It will give you so many options. Accordingly, if you want to delete column, delete on click on delete column. If you want to delete row, click on delete row, or if you want to delete a cell, you can click accordingly. So it will get deleted, it will get removed. Now deleting we have seen, insertion we have seen. Now we will see how to combine the cells in the table. That is called merging. You can combine two or more cells in your table to create one large cell. Combining cells is useful when you want to display a title across the top or down side of your table. Select the cells that you want to merge. Okay, now here list of awardees I have written, and these column lines I want to remove, means I want to merge all these cells here from the first row, and I want this as a title to be in the center of this all the cells. So what I will do, I will merge the cells. So I will select all these cells, click on the layout tab, click on the merge cells button. There is a merge cells button in merge group. So click on that. So what will happen, all the column lines will get removed from this selected cells. See here, you can see like this. Now after merging, we will see how to split the cell, means how to divide the cell. You can split one cell into two or one or more cells into your table to create more than one section. You can even split cells into columns or rows. It's not only columns you can split, in rows also you can split. Click inside this inside or select the cell that you want to split. Suppose this class, this particular column I want to split. What I will do, click on the layout tab, and there is a split cells button. See, beside that merge cells there is a split cells button in merge. So click on that. Here this will, and you have to select whether you want to split into columns or rows. Okay, so that time it will ask me columns or rows. Rows I want to keep one only here, but it should get divided into two columns. So here I am selecting number 2 here, one I am keeping as it is, and then you have to click on OK. After that, the cell split into desired number of cells. You can now enter text in this cells. See here, section I have entered. I have not selected all the remaining rows in that particular column, so it has not get split. Okay, so only the heading we have done splitting. Now formatting a table. After all this, we want to format the text which is there in the table. You can format the table to enhance its looks and make it attractive. Superscript and subscript the text. Superscript will make the text appear above the regular line of the text. Subscript will make the text appear below the regular line of the text. Why it is required? Because there are some formulas, if we want to, chemical formulas, if we want to show. That is, see, in the science term, the water is, it is written H2O, but H2O we are not writing everything in the one line. 2 is little bit lower line on the lower line, and H and O and the same line. So this is called subscript. Whereas superscript, if I want to explain, it is like x raised to 2. In mathematics, we require these terms x raised to 2 or 5 raised to 2 or 5 raised to 3. That is raised to. It is always not at the regular line. It is little bit above the regular line. So that is called superscript. Or 15th August we are writing, 26th January or 1st May. Like this means ST, RD, third, all these letters we are writing on the top of that regular line, correct? So show this. This is called superscript. So where are these options available? These options are available here in the home tab and subscript and superscript. These two options are there in the font group. You can select, you have to select the text and then you have to apply out of this whatever is required for your text. Bold the text in the table. Now bold option we have seen in the document how to make the text bold. In the table again select the now here for heading, column headings, we want to make it bold. So I have selected all the column headings. I have selected that particular row, and from the home tabs click on the bold B button. It will get a little bit darker. The text will become little bit darker, that is it is giving bold effect. Now, then it is center align. If we want to do the center alignment, this alignment is there in the paragraph groups. It is horizontal alignment and the vertical alignment also it is given. Word table alignment options include the basic left, right, center and justify alignments as well as vertical alignments such as bottom, center and top right. By default, Word aligns your text to the left side of each cell. Select the cells that you want to format. Click on the layout tab, click on the alignment group, and here we are giving the center alignment. Okay, here we have given the center alignment. So this heading has come at the center of the cells merged. Okay, now next is add shading to cells, color shading if you want to give it to the cells. For that you can add shading to cells to make them more appealing. Select the cell or cells to which you want to add shading, means you want to give color. Click on the design tab. See, when the table is selected, design tab and layout tab, these two tabs are getting added on your ribbon. It is getting displayed on the ribbon. Out of that, click on the design tab and the option you will get shading. Click on that and click. You will get the color palette. Select any color, desired color, and it will get applied to the cells which has been selected. Now, views of the document. Here, Words offers 5 different views that you can use to display your document. So, which are these views that we are going to learn? Now, here first is print layout. This view shows margins, headers, and footers, because like this we want to get it on the paper. So accordingly we can arrange it. We can change the margins. Now next is outline view. This view shows the outline levels in the document. Word intents text styled at the heading based on the heading numbers. You can move or copy entire section of a document by moving or copying the headings. So accordingly, you can change the settings for this. Web layout view. This view displays a web page preview of your document. On the web page, how it will look like, that it is showing the third, that is web page layout. Now next is that. Next is read mode view. This view optimizes your document for easier reading. It minimizes eye strain when you read a document on screen. This view removes most toolbars. See, no toolbar is given, only it is focused on reading purpose. So it is read mode view. Draft view. This view shows that draft version of your document, that is without graphics. This view is designed for editing and formatting. It does not display your document the way it will print. The way it will print, it is shown in the print layout view. These are the different options. These 5 options are there to view your document. Now, after doing all format, first thing after making the table or arranging the columns or rows, inserting, deleting or formatting or giving shading to the cells and selecting the cells, everything, we have to save our work. For saving, what you have to do, you can save your Word document in PDF format. Normal how to save, all of you know, but PDF format means which no one can make the changes once you have done the PDF format. You can open a PDF file by using free Adobe Acrobat Reader. Click on the File tab. Backstage view will appear. Okay, like this view will appear. Click on the Save As button. The Save As pan appears. This is Save As pan. Select, click on Browse, and Save As dialog box appears. There in the Save As dialog box, you have to mention the file name and the in which folder you want to save it. That you have to mention, and it will get saved in that document. In the file, saving a document in PDF format, click the file name, text box. See here, against the file name, you have to type the file. Here I have written project page number 72, and here save as type. On this arrow you have to click. It will show you the list of files. Out of that, select PDF format and click on save button, which is shown here, and your file will get saved. Like this, in this chapter, we have seen the features of inserting table, viewing the documents, different 5 views we have seen, saving, how to save it in the PDF format, that also we have seen. So whenever you will go through this video, try to understand the things properly, and whenever we will meet again for the live session, I will give the experience of how to insert table, how to do formatting, how to use format painter, how to make it bold, and all the features which I explained in this video we'll try to cover in the live session also, and we'll see the project also which is given for the chapter in the activity section. Okay, then uh, see the video properly and try to learn many things. Okay, bye then. See you all of you.